So, this is going to be my video on LGBTQ plus superheroes in media. First, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to do Marvel, both comics and live act and like shows and TV. What Marvel's done, and movies, obviously. Then I'm going to move over to DC. Then I'm going to move on to things that don't match either of them. So, like Miraculous, Ladybug, for instance, TMNT, and The Boys. They're the main ones that aren't Marvel or DC I'm going to look at. And then I'm going to look at subtext where it's like they could be gay if they're, but like either the writers wanted them to be gay, but they weren't allowed, or like they're only hinting at it. I'm going to go into a bit of like the idea of queer baiting, but not too much, just because I don't really like talking about it. It's kind of like I don't like it, so I'm not going to talk much about it. And then I'm gonna go into like my personal like ships I have for all of these, and yeah, that's how this is gonna work. And enjoy. So Agatha all along has 2 points of gay representation. It has Wiccan, who I just love. Wiccan as a character is really fun. I love that Joe Locke as Wiccan is a good casting choice, and yeah, he's fun and he's gay, and I like it. He's a good representation. And then you have obviously Agatha, whose love interest is Rio/Death. And I do love their relationship too. I love that they're a toxic relationship. Like, it shows you can have bad people, gay people can be bad just as well as straight people. And I think that's good representation because, like, I think it's worse representation to have every gay person be a good person. Being gay and good are mutually exclusive. You don't have to be gay and good or good and gay. You can be a bad gay and a good gay, and I think it's important to show that. And Agatha all along does that really well. Now, as for a representation of Deadpool being, I think he's pansexual. It's great that they give him a female love interest. Yeah, that's good for him. But they don't really give him a proper male love interest in the films. They just do jokes about him liking men, which I understand, yes, it's accurate to comics, but like, it wouldn't hurt to have him show him actually try and pursue a man romantically like it as a woman. Maybe have him, in a, if he appears in any of the Spider-Man movies, maybe have him flirt with Spider-Man openly instead of just playing it off for jokes. Have him seriously flirt with Spider-Man. I don't know, but it's decent representation. It's just like they don't. They do most people probably who haven't read the comics, because it probably do presume this version of Deadpool is just straight. It sucks because like his bi pan is one of them. Either I think he is pansexual, and they should show it. Like they should show him being attracted to men. Again, Spider-Man or Human Torch have him flirt with them genuinely. Because with Wolverine it is just jokes, whereas if he was with Spider-Man, it could be like real flirting and like he really wants to get with Spider-Man because he thinks he's hot. Now, as for Multiverse of Madness, A, I do really like the movie, and B, America Chavez, good character. She's probably the most likable person out of the Marvels. Like the movie The Marvels, not obviously. Anyway, she's probably, yeah, she's a fun character. And also Loki, again, he is also, uh, I think he's bi or pan. Again, I forget. But yeah, he's a good character, and yeah, I do admit, yeah, he's a good fun character. But also, the one thing I will say, they don't really give much attention to Loki's sexuality. I know he's definitely pan in the comics. I don't even know if he is in the show. I know there's a gay Spider-Man in the comics. But I also know that it's an alternative universe because Marvel are cowards. They don't want a mainstream Spider-Man to be gay or bi. Even though it would make sense to make Spider-Man bi, with Harry Osborn, Venom, Deadpool, Human Torch. Yes, so as for DC, I know, yes. that they do technically have, a DC, the CW, their shows have gay characters in them, but like only one of the shows has a main character who is gay, I think, and I know that character isn't very likable or good, whereas and the rest of the shows just had side characters be gay or bi. None of the main characters really. Like, wouldn't hurt for the Flash to be a bit bi or pan, or it just wouldn't hurt for them to do, different characters like that. That's all I'm saying. Wouldn't hurt them. Now, as for the Killing Joke movie, I hate that movie, but mostly. But yeah, with the movie, what I'll say is we have a stereotypical gay friend just so Barbara Gordon can give out exposition. And the reason I'm saying this is bad representation is because he's only used in the sections where Batgirl is sexually attracted to Batman. And that part of the movie is the worst and it sucks. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. So, moving on. So, with the Harley Quinn show, she's bisexual, she dates Poison Ivy, and they're really cute together. I really like their relationship. Usually, I prefer Poison Ivy to be, asexual, only using her sexuality and sensualness to get what she wants, no like actual romance or attraction. But I do like also this version of them, so I'm willing to be okay with them being lesbians because they're really cute together and they're really fun. And I like that they're villains, but they're also not. Like in the show, they make it clear they're bad guys, but not bad people. And I do really enjoy that because Harley Quinn, yeah, she's always been a villain, but she's never been a bad person. She always has a heart, and I'm glad that they keep that clear with her and Ivy. They're just really fun, also. And also, if we can't have Margot Robbie back for the James Gunn universe, like if they have to recast her and she don't want to do it anymore, here's who you get. Kate I think it's Kaylee Kokowa. Whoever plays her in this, she was in The Big Bang Theory as Penny. She would be great for a live action Harley Quinn. All I'm saying is, if you can't get Margot Robbie, get her. So, first, with TMNT 2012, you have people from Rocksteady who love each other, and people who say it's a joke. What's the joke? That they're gay. They're gay for each other, okay? And even though they're villains, they're really fun and likable, and I really enjoy them. It's like, yeah, maybe they are villains. Villains can be just as gay as heroes. But I will say, some of the turtles could be gay. Not naming names, who could be gay. Not naming names. No, definitely not naming names. I'm just gonna say, either of them could have Casey. I'm not saying anything else, just they could be gay. But yeah, there's not much representation of gay people in TMNT, surprisingly. You'd think a show about, mutants would be. But 2012 is still a good show, and it is the best TMNT show. As for Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir, you have Mark and Nathaniel. And obviously, because of censorship and stuff like that, at first they were just friends. But, we all knew they weren't just friends. We knew they liked each other. Because Reverse It, it's basically just about a straight crush, essentially, saying to a gay person no. Like, you can obviously see it. And also in season 6 with the episode The Ruler, it's heavily, you know, gay. It's gay. Like, you can tell. They don't have to say it, but and they do end up, Mark and Nathaniel, they end up kissing at some point, so they're gay for each other, and I just love them so much. Like, I watched the show just for them. Like, cause I watched all the seasons just because I knew they were in it, and I knew they were gay at some point. Were the moments enough? No. I still enjoyed the show, but, like, they only got, 5 minutes together, but when they were together, it counted, and I loved them, and I want more in future seasons, please. So with the boys, Queen May's bi, and she's just a really good character. I really like her. Shame she never came back for final season, but I understand the actress didn't really want to. But yeah, she was really fun. And Ezekiel, he's just, he represents how some homophobes are secretly gay. And I do like him, like the idea. He's not in it much for me to say too much about him really. He's Mr. Fantastic essentially, which that's fun. And in the comics, not the show, but in the comic, Homelander was gay. Well, he slept with men. That's what I'll say. But yeah, and also Invincible. Even though they ain't stated really to be gay characters in it, one of the variants of Invincible from like one of the other versions of him is said that he lost uh, someone close to him, his that best friend character. Okay, so it's William, who a Mark variant says he lost, and it's very hinted to be like they were gay from each other, but it's not outright said, and we will talk about Invincible in a bit. Don't you worry. So, so when it comes to like the Marvel comics, first we obviously have the gay relationship, so it's absolutely canon. You've got Hulk, Hulkling and Wiccan, and they're really cute together. I really love them. Like they're nice and cozy, and I love their relationship. And then you have in the X-Men, which I will say it's an allegory for the X-Men mutants allegory for gayness and the LGBTQAI plus. That's what it's an allegory for, which we should stick to. And people shouldn't say, "Oh, you can't have the X-Men be gay," when it's been an allegory for gay people for the longest time now. And Bobby slash Iceman, I really like him, and I hope in the X-Men the MCU are doing, they make him gay like in the comics, because that would be nice. Yeah. But as for like subtext in Marvel comics where people want the characters to be gay, but we know Marvel won't do it. First, we have something called Stucky, or Steve Rogers x Bucky Barnes, Captain America x Winter Soldier, which I think they'd be cute together. But Captain America, I can see him being gay, but Bucky being gay, I can definitely see like him being a bisexual, and I would love that for him. But they're not gonna do it, Marvel, because yeah, like I mean, but Marvel has queer baiting and teased before. Yes, I'm gonna describe. I would say this is queer baiting. We all wanted Iron Man x Captain America. They gave us it. Only a gender swapped Tony, so it was Tonetta essentially. Which that is queer baiting. I'm sorry. They knew we wanted Tony x Steve, and they made Tony a girl in an alternate universe, which they knew what we wanted and they gave it to us, just not in the way we wanted, which sucks. Because they knew we wanted the gay, and they gave us straight as usual. Which now I'm gonna get to the, what I do support this idea: Spider-Man being gay or bisexual. I want that because, in my opinion, Spider-Man he is a bisexual. Like I've always shipped him and Harry Osborn, him and Venom. Yeah, him and Human Torch. I ship him. I ship Spider-Man, and I even ship him with some of the X-Men because I think Spider-Man is a closeted bisexual. I really do, and it's biracial really because they only ever ship him with girls. And what's the reason? Money. That's what I'm going to say. It's basically money, because the thing is, the reason it's always money. It's very simple. Last time, whenever a comics say a character is bi, people flip out and complain, and it sucks. It really does. Because the main population is straight, and the grifters always complain. They complained when Tim Drake was made bisexual, saying it would erase, him dating women when bisexuals do still date women, they just date both. And it sucks when that happens because, like, We could have had some great relationships with Peter Parker and another boy, but we probably will never get them because Marvel's probably not gonna make Peter Parker like a mainstream one like Tom Holland's Peter Parker game. They probably won't ever, even though I know Tom Holland said he'd be happy to play a bisexual Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield advocated for it, but no matter what the actors say, we probably won't get one for one simple reason. Whenever we have a gay guy in a Spider-Man game who's a side character NPC, or we have, just a talk, Spider-Man talks about black people, or one Spider-Man is a different race, people complain. And Marvel, they know if people complain enough, they'll start losing money, and it sucks. It really does. And it's a bit hypocritical because, like, people are saying superheroes shouldn't be gay. But, they're, they're muscular men in tights. I'm not saying into stereotypes, but come on. Like, you're okay with muscular men in basically tights and these, like, spandex, but if a man likes another man, they don't like that. It's a bit hypocritical, really, and I'm fed up of it, because Spider-Man should be bisexual. And I don't care that we had an alternate universe Peter Parker who was gay, because, like, why can't we just have why can't we have the 616 main Spider-Man guy be gay or bi? It's unfair that gay people and bisexual people and just anyone who's queer is still underrepresented, especially in superhero comics where you'd think we get lots of representation, but we don't. We never will, and that as long as we live in a patriarchal society, because homophobia, it is rooted in misogyny, because straight guys view it as liking men is something feminine, and it is misogynistic to hate someone for doing something feminine, and it sucks, it really does. And I just hope that one day we can have a mainstream Spider-Man be gay. I hope we can have a bisexual Tom Holland Spider-Man. That would be great. I'd love for that. And I hope we end up getting it in the Tom Holland's new trilogy, because if they want to say introduce Harry Osborn in a sequel, have him and Pete, have him and Tom Holland's Spider-Man Peter, have them get together, have them be boyfriends. I don't know, and it or have do that, have them be boyfriends. It would be nice, but it's a shame they'll never do it. And if they do, I'll be very happy. Like, that's all I need I need from Spider-Man to be happy. Because everything else we're doing right, but why can't we have a bisexual, right? It'd be nice. And especially with the X-Men. Like, I'm gonna get more into that later, because that falls under ships, my own ships. But yeah, make Spider-Man bi. So as for DC, with their subtextual bisexuals and gays, what are they? Joker's bi or gay for Batman. Come on, he is. Like, Joker loves Batman, he can't live without him. It's a bit gay. So Joker, he's gay. I don't want to go over this because there's already great videos out there online about how Joker is gay, and I do agree with the petition that said make Joker gay again. And honestly, I'd love that for Joker to actually have a boyfriend. Yeah, he'd be abusive, but hey, at least he'd be a bisexual or a pansexual. It'd be fun, you know. And Joker, I want him to be fun again as well, because he's not really funny or fun anymore like he used to be. And because of the Dark Knight. Anyway, that's a side tangent. I'm not going to get into one because I don't want to be here all day. Anyway, next, Clayface. Uh, this is the subtext is he has a roommate, but also, like, he was intended to have a boyfriend in the animated series. They just couldn't do it because 90s. And also, Clayface, I'd say it's a very is a very queer coded villain, especially in the Harley Quinn show. He's very funny in that, I should say. The reason it's queer coded is because, well, it's for Norman Bet. It's for Patrick Bateman kind of thing, where you have a male character obsessed with his looks so much, it leans into the homoerotic, and also Clayface would just be a nice gay villain. And now for the big section of most of the Robins are gay or bi. Jason bi. Tim Drake canonically bi. I love that for him. And I also love Tim Drake, but who's the bi king of the Robins? Who should be bi but isn't? It's Dick. Dick Grayson should be bi. He should, really. That's all I'm saying. He's like, cause like he's known to be like he gets around a lot, similar to Spider-Man. Why not have him be into men just as much as he's into women? I think it's unfair that we'll never get that, and I know a lot of people ship him with men, and I do too. Okay. So as for Mark Grayson / Invincible, he gets shipped with everyone, like every male character essentially. Uh, and like personally, I see him being shipped with William. I do see like William having a crush on Mark. I can see that because like gay best friend. Like William gives off the energy of like he's in love with Mark, but Mark don't have reciprocal feelings, mainly because he's. I do see Mark as like a closeted bisexual. Yeah, I do, and I think or a closeted pansexual. He's in some kind of closet, and he's shipped with basically all the characters at some point, which that's how shipping works. And the thing I do love about shipping is gay as hell, and I love that because like unlike most things, shipping is probably the thing where most people are gay who do shipping, since most fandoms are dominated by straight people, sadly. So yeah, it's like fanfic and shipping is the only like gay dominated thing. Everything else is for straight people. Yeah, they complain we're taking over spaces. No, I mean yes they do, but I'm gonna. This is that's a topic for another video. If you want it, you can comment on video ideas. By the way. Anyway, side tangent aside, who do I think? Let's get into who I think Mark should date and who I ship him with. Mark X Rex. That's my ship. I ship Mark with Rex, and I think they'd be cute together. As for X Men, it's really like X Men I ship together. I ship Scott and Gambit. I think they'd be cute together. Obviously, I do love him, Gambit and Rogue. I love them. But if Rogue didn't exist, I would ship. I think Gambit and Scott would be a cute couple. Or Gambit and or Scott and Iceman. I think yeah, they'd be cute as well. As for Spider-Man, I ship Spider-Man and Gambit, Spider-Man and Harry Osborn, and Spider-Man and Venom, Spider-Man and Human Torch, obviously, and also Spider-Man and Deadpool. I think that could work, honestly. As for Nightwing, who do I ship him with? Oh, I ship Nightwing. I mainly ship him with Connor Kent, him, Superboy. I ship them together. I also ship Nightwing and Beast Boy. And is there any? Who's that? There's a straight ship I ship. Nightwing and Harley Quinn. I think that would be interesting. Not in the way it happens in Batman and Harley Quinn. I think yeah, it is gross how it happens in that movie. But like, I think the kind of Catwoman and Batman thing they could kind of do, or or with Nightwing and Harley Quinn. I think it'd be kind of cute. But obviously, Harley Quinn is really good together with Poison Ivy. I do like them. And then Bucky and Steve, I've already said I ship. And they're pretty much the ships I support. Oh yeah, and also as for TMNT, I ship Raph and Casey, but I can also see like Casey Jones being with Leo. I ship either one. I'm not too picky towards them. As for what else do I ship? Power Rangers, yes. I forgot to talk about it in subtext. Basically, actor wanted his character to be gay. The producers wouldn't. Saban wouldn't let him because Saban's an asshole, essentially. So he basically made Riley flamboyant enough so we could like people could infer that he was gay. Anyway, I ship Riley. Riley. I ship him with Chase. I think they'd be cute together. But I also ship him with Tyler. Who else do I ship with Tyler? They're like what's his name? I ship Tyler with the Knight character. I also ship the Knight character with the Prince character. And I think any of those gay ships would be good. But obviously, Power Rangers. I don't think we've ever got a gay men who are gay in the show, only lesbians. And that is because Saban is an asshole who bullied people off the show for being gay. And I'm not going to get into it because it frustrates me. It makes me really upset to think about it. But yeah, some of the Power Rangers characters I ship together. I've said. Anything else? In Miraculous, I ship Luca and Adrian. I think they'd be really cute together. And that's my thoughts. You tell me your thoughts in the comments and bye. Oh, and also, if you can't comment on TikTok, you can check out my YouTube channel where I'll reply to comments there, okay? Bye.